Hey, I'm going to do a review of the Fort Mills KOA in Fort Mills, South Carolina. It's on the edge of Charlotte, North Carolina. So this is the center of the campground. This is where our camper is located at. And we are actually just going to drive over to the grocery store, and you can look around and see parts of the campsite. And then I'll kind of give you the lowdown. So the right side here is cabins, and then the left side is a premium sites, and you can see that the premium sites have concrete pads. When you get past the premium sites, then there are just kind of regular sites. They all have full hookups. It's just whether or not they have that nice flat concrete pads. So up here, this is an entrance to the KOA, and you can see there's a Class A coming in. There's a propane tank right there on the left, and a kids' playground. Everything is fenced in. It seems like all little areas. To the left, you're going to see a small little building. That's the area where you check in at, where the host is located at. This gas station, I think, is part of the KOA also, and there's actually a store in there and a bar, and they do karaoke, and they have a pool table, and there's a liquor store that's part of it too. So the KOA campground sells beer, and then they actually have an actual liquor store that sells hard liquor, and then as you can see, like right next to it is this massive grocery store, and this grocery store is really premium and nice. I just did a little tiny itty bit of footage on the inside of it just so you could see inside of it. It's a Publix or something, and of course, you know, I'm going to take a picture of like the most important area, right? So obviously they have a lot of wine. This is produce, and it's a really high-end grocery store, very, very nice. If you ask somebody where something is in the store, they literally walk you to it and almost like put your hand on it. So we're gonna head back to the campground, and we'll do a little drive around the campground. And we actually walked over here at one point. So there's a little bar, the outside area of the bar where they have live music, and then there's an indoor area also, and there's gas and everything. So it's like this campground kind of has like everything going for it. Everything I guess that's important to me. So we checked in here before night. You probably saw that, and this is what it looks like during the daytime. So these are like longer sites, obviously. I don't see any concrete pads on these. I'll do a close-up of like our site with a concrete pad. That's the first set of bathrooms there, and I'll do like a little footage of that too, so you can see it. And then when you come around this way, this is what this area of the campground looks like. That massive wall there is a separator between the regular campground and the seasonal section. So it's like they want to like kind of like hide the seasonal section from the rest of the campground, but there are these little openings, like you saw that opening there where you can walk between. So you know, if you were camping and you had a friend that was seasonal and you want to go back and forth, you could. I honestly, when I drove through the seasonal section, you could tell it was a seasonal section because everybody had all their stuff like kind of out, like, you know, you would like if you were going to stay somewhere for a long time. It didn't seem like it felt as like top end as this area did. You know, I guess might want to say it felt a little more run down because, you know, there were some kind of dirty campers and stuff. I don't want to say super dirty, but like, I mean, when a camper sits in a place for, you know, a whole season, like it slowly gets dirty and dirty and dirty unless you wash it like all the time. So this is the aisle that we're on. This is the center aisle, and once again, you're gonna see that on the right-hand side, you're gonna see some of the premium sites pop up, and then on the left side, you're gonna see the cabins. The premium sites are the ones that have these concrete pads and picnic tables. The left there, that's a tent pad. And for us, at least, when we pulled in and got on the concrete pad, we were perfectly level. And if you look at all the campers, none of the campers really have the yellow blocks, like leveling blocks. So it seems like, I mean, there's the leveling blocks there, but those are for the stabilizers in the back. There's nobody that really had to put them under the tires or anything. So it seems like all the concrete pads are perfectly level, so if you just want to come in and camp real quick, like, that's the way to go. That right there is a laundry room on the left, and those are just more cabins. The little fenced-in area way back there, that's the dog park, where you can like let your dog run around off leash. And there's a walking trail over there. Then these behind us were where all the Class A's and the fifth wheels were. And these do not have concrete pads on either side of us, the left or the right. And these are campsites like right next to us. So you saw my trailer there, the Jayco. This is actually a campsite like right behind me. So because the two campsites like meet each other, and the road is on opposite directions, the campers don't actually touch each other, so to speak. They're offset. So, you know, Obviously, you know, if you go from one side, the camper will be on the right, the awning will be on the left. If you go the other way, the camper will be on the right, the awning will be on the left. So, you know, that means that one will be on the right, one will be on the left, from whichever side you look at it. But they'll both be on the right from any given road. So anyway, it makes sense if you look at it. There's a propane up here. I did speed the video up just a little bit, just so it would be a little bit quicker. I'm obviously not driving this fast through the campground. We'll loop back around and drive back to my site. That's another set of bathrooms right there on the left. So there's two sets of bathrooms, and the bathrooms are really super immaculate on the inside. I don't think I've ever seen bathrooms as nice as these bathrooms for a campground. Super nice bathrooms. And we put ours like right next to the bathroom as close as we could, just so we could get over there, because we didn't think that we'd be able to de-winterize, but we did. So you can see here's a pad, the concrete pad. These pads seem like they're pretty small. I didn't get a tape measure out and measure them. I have a 21-foot trailer, and with the Jeep like in tow position connected to it, like the Jeep wouldn't fit on the pad. So maybe the pads are 30 feet long, maybe they're 35 feet long. That's kind of like my guess. That's a 21-foot trailer, but you can see that part of my camper isn't on the pad, but I made sure the wheels were. So these pads, like I said, they're super level, and then they have the full hookups on the side, and they're lit up, so even at night you can find the number that for the site that you need to get into. The numbers are different on the different sides of the box. So, you know, this one will say 102 on the left, 121 on the right. But if you looked on the back of the box, it would have a different set of numbers, because the back of the box would have the numbers for these other sites that are the non-pad sites. So this is a site and that's a site. So that Class C there is technically, I think, like hanging over the site behind it, and they didn't realize that these are campsites too. Fortunately for us, when we came out here, they were not super busy, so they didn't have this place like super like packed up. So there's all this extra space. They even told us we could even park in the site behind us, which was nice. So they were building houses back over here in this other community that you can see beyond the picnic table. So it was like super loud when we were out here, and that was like a little bit annoying hearing constant backup alarms like on a dump truck or whatever it was that was over there. But I'm assuming by the time you come here, those will just be houses. This is what the back side of the campground looks like, and you can see that these are not as nice as the premium ones that we have. But I mean, they're fine. You just come out here and then you level your trailer just like you would. At least it's gravel, and once again, they have boxes with full hookups. And this is where the Class A's and the fifth wheels typically get pushed, and then the smaller campers get the spots that are a little bit closer to the bathrooms. You know, so I guess I guess what you realize is having a smaller camper is a little more optimal in this campground. I'll walk over to another pad so you can see the pad itself. So you see, like on that box there, it said 97 to the right, but that meant 97 was the one that I'm standing in, not the one with the pad. If you step over to this side, now it's going to have a different number, I believe. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, these are in the 100s, and the others are in the 90s. We can look at a campground map. That's a bathroom there. The little pad there is a tent pad. So this is the seasonal area. I'm going to pop my head back here so you can just see it.
They're set up. This looks like some kind of seasonal thing. This looks like.
Some of the cars like have leaves on them, like you can tell they haven't moved in, you know, like at least a week. I'm not, like I said, it's not terrible. It's okay. So this is a bathroom, the men's bathroom at least, and you can see like they have really nice tile and really humongous stalls, and the shower area is super nice and clean and big, and they have hooks and everything, and chairs and more hooks. I mean, you can hook everything up. Super nice showers. There's sinks and everything. So super nice, super clean bathrooms. So here's the laundry room. The prices are on the wall. I think it was like $1.50, and 250 or something like that. Most of these game systems in here were really dated, obviously, and yeah, 250 for a wash. And when we go up here, we can see the price on the laundromat, $1 for drying. And the laundromat, it felt a little bit dated, and then there was quite a bit of stuff that was kind of under the repair. Even the paint scheme in here seems really kind of weird. It's like next to the bathrooms that this is connected onto. It seems like maybe the laundromat's super old, and the bathroom is modern or something like that. I don't really know the history on it, but that maybe you won't spend a lot of time in the laundromat, hopefully. And everything had the key codes on it, so you had to have the campground key code or whatever the number to get into the laundromat and to get into the bathroom. So this is the overall campground map that I was talking about. The pink is all the seasonals. I poked my head in the lower section where the two kind of roads, Lucas and Noah's connect. The circled one, 102, was our camper, and then as you saw, like the brown ones were the ones with the pads. The green ones were the ones that were gravel. The different colored dots are whether or not it's like 30 amp or 50 amp, and then you can see where the two bathrooms are. And then up near the road toward the Publix where it shows like the fuel in the bottom right corner, that's where they have like the bar and all that kind of goodness. So hopefully this helps you out on deciding whether or not you want to come to this campground.